with your own music, you seem to be familiar with quite a variety of different kinds of music. How comes?
But you know, I have the chance to live the more interesting decades in music. I think so. The 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s are rich and really different. I was particularly interested in 70s, but in the years 80, 81 and 82, I was really busy with free radios in Belgium. We learned many different new style of music, alternative, cold wave, new wave. We had many concerts. I see many things. I was influenced by so many different things. I love rock, I love ambient music, I love heavy metal, I love classical music, and for me the most important thing is the mix of all of that.
How do you get your inspirations for your music?
From many things, many different things.
Can you give us
First, from films. I'm completely amazed by pictures, movies. I like science fiction. I like heroic fantasy, and one of my greatest interests is to make music for movies. Maybe one day, maybe someday. I hope so. It's one of my inspiration.
Yes.
But in fact, the first things that have influence on my work is the sound of the synthesizer. When I hear to some presets, I close my eyes and I see a new story, completely story, with a beginning, with a middle and a end. And it's completely crazy because I start with something little, and I build my own world with this little preset, little music, and so on.
So the music actually evolves from that point, when you have the story in mind, what comes into your mind, and then you can build up a complete track.
Yes. In fact, I dream eyes wide open. I don't need to sleep to have dream. If I close my eyes and I put my finger on the keyboard, and I have a good preset, I need a good preset. Okay, let's go. I start, and it's only this thing. I don't need anything else.
It's quite amazing. Quite amazing.
It's important for me. If a preset doesn't have meaning, I can do anything with it. Mm-hmm. But if I think, oh, okay, this sound makes me think about June or Arrakis, why not Arrakis? Or Blade Runner. It's one of my favorite movies. Okay, I have an idea, and I have a journey through this movie, and sometimes I put a movie on the TV. I look at the TV and I play on music and play on the keyboard, so on. But I don't need anything else to play music. I have so many ideas in my head. That's
really
enough.
Amazing.
Yes, and that's because I'm my most interesting experience is to compose the music. I always wanted to compose music for films, for other people, for myself. I like that. No limit, no frontier, no problem, no people who tell you you have to do that, you have to do that, you have to do that. It's completely freedom.
Dimitri, how many hours do you spend in music creation in a typical week?
Typical week, I don't know exactly, but each day I play between 2 or 5 years, 6 years. That's 20 hours a week.
20 hours a week?
Certainly, yes. And it was, I absolutely needed to live. This each night I am busy with music. Each night, 5 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, 6 hours, 5 hours, but each night. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And what do you think is the most important attitude for a musician?
For me, a musician has to keep in mind that music is communication. Then, for me, a music that is good, is music that comes from the heart and not from the mind. If the music comes from the mind, it's an intellectual act. If it comes from the heart, it's a feeling that you give, that you offer to the others. For me, it's the most important thing. Speak about your heart, about your feelings, and not about your knowledge. My knowledge has no importance in music. Yes, to play music, but not to communicate with the others. I communicate with the others all I want to give. It's my only way.
What goals do you have for the foreseeable future?
Well, actually, I'm preparing a new concert with my brother, with Waterdeep. But for the rest, let's continue to play and to use VSTI. That's my first interest in music, and to compose music. I'm always busy with new composition. I try to do some new demo CDs. I have many demo CDs. They stay in my room, but no problem. I have many CD demos. But I'm working actually on about new music and new demos for VSTI.